Ladies, have you ever been in love? I mean, isn't it a good feeling? The things we wouldn't do for our men. It's nice to be in love, good to come together. It is a beautiful feeling to think about that next step, that next journey as you build your life, right? It's exciting. You found the man of your dreams, and this is the one that you want to spend your life with. Now, that being said, as you enter in the next step of your journey, you have to think smart, right? Financial literacy is about empowerment. It's about leverage. As a woman, especially in today's age, you have to make yourself feel good, right? You can't be reliant on your relationship or your man. You have to do the things for yourself that are going to make you feel good. Self-care, self-growth, but also financial literacy is a part of that because it empowers you to think for yourself. I work in the insurance industry as well. This channel, The Domino Effect, is all about entrepreneurship, business, insurance, and financial literacy, because these are the things that are going to help you build wealth as we continue to grow. Now, guys, what I want you to do is do me a favor, watch this video to the end and hit subscribe, because I have a little template at the end that I want to share with you. Now, let's get into it. Why are we talking about insurance today? Well, it's really important. I live in California, but I'm licensed in Texas, Ohio, and other states. So in California, we just had huge devastation in LA. If you guys have been following the news, you know what I'm talking about. We'll talk about it in another video. Not to mention all the other floods that have been happening, hurricanes in other states. These are natural disasters, right? So what about break-ins, things like that, guys? Now, homeowners insurance, mortgage protection protects you in case of you were to pass away, or critical illness, terminal illness, or whatever. But why am I talking about relationships? Because I was having a conversation with a lady today who actually wanted to cancel her policy. We don't do that, right? So she thought I was someone else. She said, I booked the time with you because I wanted to cancel the policy. I have insurance. I own a home. Amazing. I own a home, and I sold it. I no longer live there. Okay, well, these policies actually go with you if you know, do you have a new property? Come to find out, this woman actually sold the property to her daughter. So it was still in the family, right? Now, when she moved out, she moved in with her boyfriend. So they're not even married yet. And the boyfriend has somehow convinced her that insurance is not a necessity. Even though she moved out when she was 19, purchased her first house, like, give herself some credit, right? This woman did awesome. Okay, she did something that I couldn't even figure out how to do when I was talking to. When I was 19, I was not buying a house. I was out drinking. I was partying. I was not doing what I should be doing. So kudos to this woman, right? So she went out, she bought this house, and then now she's in this relationship years later. And in the relationship, this boyfriend is not getting her insured. She moved into his house. Thankfully, her name is on the house. They bought a new house. They're renovating the house. They're building a life together, right? So, but when you're in a relationship, it's two people that are different coming together. You have to learn each other. You have to understand each other, right? And two people are coming from different backgrounds. It was important to her to build for the future. And for him, he had never grown up that way. It just wasn't a necessity, right? According to her, it was just something that his family had never really given much importance. So you can't really dog him, right, for not knowing. But at this point, you have to give her some credit. So when she wanted to cancel the policy, I'm figuring this out. I'm like, wait, why? Well, my husband my partner thinks it's really stupid. Ladies, we can still love our partners and still love ourselves, right? You have to set yourself up, because she was still thinking about her daughter. And the only thing she mentioned, well, they had come to an agreement where if one of them were to pass away, then whoever can make the payments can keep the house. And if you can't make the payments, then whatever. And I was like, and it was just, I find that attitude to be very lackadaisical, because we don't know, we're not really accepting how important it is. I was like, wait a minute. You bought a house at 19. Like, this is cool. You're able to provide that to your daughter. That's even cooler, right? The daughter couldn't get a bank loan. She was able to get into the home like this. This is amazing. This is how you build wealth, guys. They're already on their way. And to have one person come in and say, no, you don't need it, they could risk losing all of that. Someone could come in, a guest or something, and start a fire. The whole house could be gone. You're coming out of savings for that, for your building supplies. You know how long it takes to get supplies. If you built on your own land, you know how long it takes to get permits. Come on. So what we talked about was, okay, if you have that agreement in place, you pass away, he doesn't pay the bills, why can't your daughter step in, take care of those payments for you, and get a second property? You know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying here? It is about leverage, guys, and it's a different way of thinking about it, right? Don't allow yourself to convince yourself that you are not allowed to dream bigger. You are not allowed to have more. Is it worth paying $25, $50 a month to keep your property, the property that you built when you were 19 years old? Your daughter is married now, is going to be having children. You have an additional property. Your boyfriend has already specified he's not going to do it. Okay, so what does that tell you? Do you just let what's important to you die? No, we don't do that. So here on the Domino Effect, that's exactly what we're talking about. Let this empower you and move forward. Not only was she able to look at her options, but she's able to really go back home and take a real deep thought on how she should move forward, right? You can still love your partner and still love yourself. So make sure that you're making smart decisions as we move through this journey. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you found this information helpful. And go ahead and click the link in the description, and you can go ahead and get my free funding program cheat sheet. I also run a fintech platform called Domino Effects Group, where we provide funding to small businesses. So go ahead and reach out to that down below. All right, guys, that's it for today. See you next time.